Hello everyone, welcome to this second video of Gelli Plate for Dummies. Today we're going to talk about the paper that you can use. In the first video you could see that I have been using just regular copy paper, and that is the paper that I prefer because it's easy, it's no problem at all for all kinds of techniques. It picks up the paint nicely, and so you can eventually also, of course, take colored paper, which is the same thickness, or you can take really thin paper like this, or thicker paper, watercolor paper, or mixed media paper, and I'm going to explain to you what the difference is to use it on the Gelli Plate. Now this is really nice if you're doing art journaling, to make some collage paper. This thin paper integrates so well in your art journals or in your mixed media pieces. You don't see them when you glue them on, so that's why it's easy to use. But what I was going to do is to show you a fun trick that we can do with this paper. Now, watch this. There we go. You open it up again, and then you put a little bit of paint on the Gelli Plate. As I told you in the first video, a small amount of paint, a thin coat. The movement of the brayer is important. You see, there's really not much paint on it. And then you put on the paper. Don't wait too long, since it's a thin coat of paint. You don't want to wait too long before putting this paper on. Don't push too hard. The wrinkles need to stay. Just push gently. Then you take this paper off. And look what a neat texture is underneath. So this has to dry, but while it's such a thin coat that you go like this a little bit, and I often use a fan, but well, I had it mixed media paper by the hand, so this is dry now. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this off with a second coat of another color. So, putting on another color of acrylic paint, preparing my normal copy paper for this time again, and putting the paint nicely over that first coat. Put this on, and if you have watched the first video, you know that you have to leave this a little bit longer than 30 seconds, because there are 2 layers of paint, and the second layer that I've put on has to pull off the first layer. But if you are too impatient to have a look at the result, you just turn your Gelli Plate around and you can see what it's going to give. But I think it's been long enough, so I will just lift up a corner. Okay, looks fine. There you go. Now, isn't this pretty as a background? And you can also try to find some forms in it. I made a whole painting with a big Gelli print like this, finding all kinds of trees and branches and whatever, and just paint it around it. Very, very fun. So now I'm going to tell you about the thick paper, why it is different to use. Well, let me show you. Okay, I'm putting paint on. Since it's one layer, it won't take long to show you. I'm putting my mixed media paper on there, and the problem is when you have this thick paper, I need to wait 30 seconds though. When you want to take it off, sometimes it sticks, especially when you are lifting off a couple of layers. It sticks, and you can fold it, and you can destroy your paper. So what I do when I need to take off a print with a thicker paper, I turn the gel plate around, I take this off, and then I'm taking the Gelli Plate off the paper instead of taking the paper off the Gelli Plate. And so your paper lays nice and flat and won't be folded or cracked or whatever. So this was what I was going to tell you about the different kinds of paper, and try this. Really, it's a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.